You know, my wife has said very often, I don't let her out in public for various reasons. No, I'm kidding. She said that I belong in a museum. So I'm thinking, finally, I should actually come to a museum and do a podcast from a museum. And then, let's see how it goes, whether I'm the right fit. So I'm here with Alvin Yapp, who dresses like this just to say hello to me. It's a Broadway musical. You can see he's got the hat in place. Am I right? Am I somewhat right?
Somewhat right.
Because you are a musician as well.
Yes, I am.
And I've been told, Alvin, a lot of pressure here, that you talk more than me. And that once I let you talk, I won't get a word in. So I'm going to keep talking because I'm a little worried. But what a wonderful place. We're going to talk about the Peranakan, and it's right there so I don't make a mistake with the pronunciation culture. We're in this beautiful place. What's the place called?
It's called the Intan. It's my home. It's also a museum.
Yeah. Intan Museum. That's what we call it.
The Intan Museum.
Yeah, the Intan Museum. Okay, all right.
You,
I'm picking up the accent. I'm doing my best. So we're in the Intan Museum. You are the boss.
Yes.
Okay, let me just explain, because the whole place, it's his house.
Yes.
A house which is also a museum. And every single square inch has something fantastic, some artifact, some sort of sculpture, some trinket, some memorabilia, all that kind of stuff, which we'll sort of look at some point. And I've told the crew that if anyone steals stuff from here and is caught, then we'll try and work our way with lawyers, because I know people in Singapore. But having said that, this is really valuable. Fantastic. Are you insured?
I go to church very often.
Yeah.
But it's true. They said that you're going to meet your match when I meet you, and you're right. You almost talk as much as I do.
Almost, huh? It's a war, ladies and gentlemen. Or as we say in Hindi, ladai. And we'll see who comes out on top. Is it Yap versus Yup that's going on here? But Alvin, let me start at the beginning. I want to talk a little bit about rediscovering Peranakan culture, because we have to explain to the people what that is. Because it's a hybrid, right?
Yes. So namaste, Cyrus.
Namaste. Oh, by the way.
Welcome.
Welcome. And just to tell everyone, he spent a lot of time in Kolkata?
EJ now. I used to live in Bangladesh.
Oh, sorry, in Bangladesh.
Ami Dhaka to for 2.5 years, and Ami palo Bengali ho. Opo na.
My God, he's a Bengali.
Dandavat. Thank you.
I'm not doing this show. They promised me no Indians. That's what they said. Go to Singapore, you don't have to see any Indians. And this is it. Unbelievable. So you actually, going back in time, you worked with Singapore Airlines.
So I used to work with Singapore Airlines, but this is my home, Cyrus, and Selamat Datang, which means welcome.
Now, which language are we in? Because you go from Bengali, you go to Mandarin, Malay, I don't know what you're talking English.
So Selamat Datang means welcome in Malay, right, which is what we Peranakan speak, which means welcome, Baba, which is how I would address you, right?
Baba.
So I would say, Baba Cyrus, Selamat datang di rumah saya. Welcome to my home. It is a museum, and I do live here. And I come from the unique culture, as you said, the Peranakan culture.
The Peranakan culture.
P-E-R-A-N-A-K-A-N.
I can't do that. That's too much. I don't have the motor skill.
So what is Peranakan culture? Yeah.
So you're going to ask the questions and answer them yourselves. I'll just walk off.
I was given a list of questions that you're going to ask.
It's too much pressure. Okay, so you tell us, Peranakan culture.
Okay, you ask me now, what is Peranakan culture?
So you tell me. I've done a little homework. So apparently Malay and Chinese culture mixed, which is very rare, that it's almost like a 50-50 mix, which is became a third culture.
Okay,
like
listen. Okay. So Peranakan culture started around 200 years ago. At that time, China
on August 7th, Tuesday. I'm just to make sure it's a fact that's acceptable to everyone.
No wonder it's going to be a long interview.
Who's laughing? We're supposed to be alone here. There's living dead in the museum.
Wonder. Listen. Okay, Peranakan culture started around 200 years ago, when China wasn't very wealthy.
Okay.
So what do you do when you're not wealthy? You go out and work, right? Like some people, they come out to work. So they came here because there was opportunities to make money. So the Chinese, listen lah.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So
I'm just
the
thinking,
Chinese man
is it an anti-Indian remark? Then I have to worry about it.
Listen. So the Chinese men came to work and to send money back home to China.
Right.
Their wives stayed home because they took care of the children, the family, and the farm. So only the men came. And when they came here, they didn't want to live here. They came as migrant workers. Very much like how many Indians and Bengalis come to Singapore.
But we never go back.
Yeah.
We bring the village with us.
So
wherever we go, it's little India. Finally, the whole world is India. That's my dream. No, I'm just joking. Sorry, you were saying. So they were here. The women and the children were back home in China.
So they came here, Cyrus, and then they ended up saying, "Hey, this place, not so bad lah. The weather not so cold like in China, and maybe in Delhi or in Mumbai sometimes."
There's nothing pleasant about weather in India, but I like the way he likes India more than I do. I'm thinking we might have to do an exchange at some point. Yeah.
And so what they did was they ended up marrying the local or Malay woman.
Naughty boys.
So
what happened to sending money back to the family?
So this is how the culture started now. the men came from China, the women were locals or Malays, and because we were a British colony, so we started to embrace very strong European culture.
Oh.
Yeah, but 8 minutes, nah. That is the typical. Listen. That is the typical narration of Peranakan culture. But
it's not right.
Did you know there were also Indian Peranakans?
They were selling products at half rate or something like that?
So
what were we doing then?
They were selling things double the price.
Yeah, they double the price. I thought we undercut.
So these Indian men came as traders and they also wanted to live here. So what did they do? They ended up marrying the local. So they came here because it was for essential purposes. Right. So they had their families here, they had their businesses here. And that was how Peranakan culture started. With a mix of Chinese, Malay, and in this case, sometimes Indian culture.
Wow. Yes. So that's quite a bit of a hybrid. I thought it was only 2. Yes. Not bad. So are you a descendant of this?
I am Peranakan. My parents are Peranakan. But unlike India, and that's why I love India so much, Cyrus, because
you don't live there.
Listen. As a young boy, I was clueless about my own culture. Unlike in India, where you're taught your culture, your heritage, your political party, and your religion when you're young.
Is the correct one. That's the problem we're having.
For me, in Singapore, we were a young, new nation, no? So there was no chance to learn about culture and heritage and museums because we were focused on building houses, finding jobs for people. So the truth, Baba Cyrus.
Baba Cyrus.
The truth was...
I got 2 Babas in the beginning. Now you made it 1 Baba. I thought like 2 Babas means like a general with 5 stripes.
No, one can really. Yeah. So you call me Baba Alvin.
So I said Baba Alvin?
No Baba Alvin, no.
I thought more Babas means more greatness. So Baba Alvin. So that means like you're really great.
You don't know what you drink.
I drink whatever I get free.
Yeah, you. Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
So, Baba Cyrus.
Baba.
Yeah, so I grew up not knowing anything about my own culture. I went to school and I realized, at home I only speak English.
Right.
In school, my friends were speaking Mandarin. At home, I watch Hollywood movies and listen to Grammy Award songs. In school, they were watching Hong Kong movies, listening to Taiwanese music. And that was when, imagine yourself at the age of 7, not knowing who you are. And that happened to me. And that got me on this journey of self-reflection and wanting to know who I was. And what did I do? I went around collecting Peranakan antiques.
Okay, now they can't see what we can see, but every inch is a Peranakan antique. Would a 89-year-old Peranakan person be an antique?
Yeah. I tell you one secret, You know how to look young?
How?
You stay in the museum, you sure look young because everything else is older than us.
Nice. Theory of relativity. Learned at the right time.
So it was never meant to be a museum, Cyrus. It was my private
collection.
This is your house? Yeah, my own home lah.
Right.
Yeah, my basha, right? So people started wanting to visit me like you and many others. And then eventually it says, okay lah, why did you become a museum? So that was how we became a museum 10 years ago.
So let's understand, you just collected things from different places as a person trying to find his own identity and culture.
So
and then somebody said to you, bro, what are you doing? Why don't you go out and,
So you are almost right. I went around collecting Peranakan antiques.
Did you pay for them or you just pick them up when people are sleeping?
Pay money. Singapore, no.
Yeah. Clean society. Unheard of.
But the only thing is somebody came and who's the somebody? It's the government of Singapore lah.
And?
The National Heritage Board came knocking at my door and said, hey, you got so many visitors, from all around the world. Why don't you just become a museum?
Oh, it was a good knock.
It was a good knock.
In our part of the world, the government is knocking on the door. It's not a good knock. They don't knock and say, Pani, please.
So that was how we became a museum in the year 2010.
Wow, that's a fantastic story. So it's a complete accident story.
It was
accidentally.
So some people call me an accidental museum because it was never meant to be a museum.
I think it's fantastic. But in the whole thing, I want to ask you, so is there a dialect you speak? Or how are you different? How is Peranakan culture different from Malay, classical Malay, Mandarin, Indian, whatever you have, Thai?
So Peranakans, as I shared with you earlier, we are a mix of Chinese, Malay, and European. So what happens is
and Indian.
AJ,
you dropped the Indian. You got the European and Indian got kicked out.
You have the Indian Peranakans.
I'm not talking.
I am the Chinese Peranakan. No.
Oh.
So Chinese Peranakans, we have in Chinese. See, you made me forget everything.
I have it on tape. I have it on tape, Alvin. It's on tape.
I don't usually get nervous, Yeah. Okay, listen. Okay, Shannon. So you have the Chinese Peranakans like me. So at home, I would speak English.
Right, got that.
The food became very local, very Malay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Home food is also Malay.
Because our ancestors, our mothers, our grandmothers.
Who would make the food, right.
Yeah. So
makes
Amma make the
sense.
food. No, so the kitchen markets were all
But this is
local.
great. It's like a progress, because different cultures come together in one culture.
But our festivals were 100% Chinese.
Okay.
So when it came to Chinese New Year, when it came to weddings, when it came to birthdays, 100% Chinese. No negotiation.
Wow. And how many people of this community would be left now?
We have no idea.
No idea, because they're all over.
I tell you why lah.
Yeah, please tell me. That's the show.
Because when I was growing up, I don't know if you ever experienced this. For us Peranakans, it was quite difficult because they would call me half Chinese lah. You're not full Chinese.
No, I know. We have those slurs in
Yeah.
India as well.
But today, everybody wants to be Peranakan. So you start having young people coming, at the age of 26 and telling me, I am 1/4 Peranakan, Mr. Yapp. I say, which quarter are you? You morning Peranakan, afternoon not Peranakan. Huh? How can you be half
Well, I
Peranakan?
think it's damn cool if you can have 5-6 races and cultures in your DNA. Because then, nobody can point fingers. You can see the good parts of everything. And you're rocking.
Welcome to Singapore.
Yeah, thank you very much. And it's been a great experience. And I'm not even paying for a thing. So thank you, Singapore. Okay, let's move on. I've got some formal questions which my 4-year-old niece has written.
Thank you.
Because she's the right fit for this show. No. Do you get a tax break on this?
Do I get a tax break? Do I get a break? Well, the museum is run as a private home museum.
Okay, all right.
So we are
But
fully independent.
I can tell the people out there, so we were waiting to get in and there were like tourists. We were doing a tour.
Yes.
There were like 10-15 guys who get in. And so they're taken around the house, is it?
So very simply,
And I could hear music and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the very simple way to visit the museum is to make an appointment on our website.
Yeah.
And that's the best way because then at least you're sure I'm home. If not, then make a private booking with me. Only because, and hopefully you don't have to experience this, is when we have a private visit like this, somebody knocks on the door, then sorry.
There are people waiting outside, very old people who've traveled hundreds of miles, and we've told them, no, stay out. Because we've got this place now for the next hour or so. And so we're going to continue. So stop knocking! She can't hear, that's why I have to shout. Very old. I got some questions. These are good ones, you'll love them. How has your personal journey influenced your commitment? Waste of time, you've answered it. From flying and serving on Singapore National carrier to hosting people in your home museum, what made you change your career plan? So let's go back in time. This was your actual job, and people don't know it's a high-paying job with one of the best airlines in the world. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
My first employer is Singapore Airlines. I was what you call a station manager.
Okay.
Do you know what a station manager does?
I absolutely do, but they don't. So better you tell them. And that way we all understand what they do rather than I boast and sound arrogant. I know. I mean, why do that?
When your flight gets delayed, when your baggage goes missing, when you cannot find your business class lounge, it's all my fault.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. And then you spoke fast to Alvin and yeah.
So that's why.
But can I tell you, while coming here, I won't name the airline, but we were delayed. And when we asked them how long, they say 15 minutes and it's never that. And you ask them again, they still say 15 minutes. So it's a permanent 15 minutes for about 1 hour, 15 minutes. So I'm just telling you, people get angry. Customers get angry. And I understand that that's your problem to handle them. The PR, is it? What is it? PR, HR?
Thank you for your feedback, sir. We will follow up and we will let you know.
That's not good enough, Baba. Why can't they give me a proper answer ever?
Because it's what we call a creeping engineering delay. So it's not our fault. It's the engineers, like these people in front of us, keep telling us in the next 15 minutes, in the next half an hour, we'll be ready.
That's what
it's like film crew, like, you know.
No, I agree with you.
You know, right? Film crew, right? You're always waiting, no?
Fair. The guy in the counter, behind the counter, not responsible, just taking a message and passing it on. So that's your job, the PR job. But I'm saying, why can't that guy, the engineer who's causing the delay, because the flight was there, so why can't the engineer talk to us? Why can't he come and say, look, I'm an engineer, here's my degree, and this is the reason why the plane is delayed?
Because he's not a station manager, he'll be out of a job if he's going to.
But that's a horrible job then, because half the time the people are just shouting at you and getting angry.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
But it's the friendships that we've made and the memories that we've created that makes this amazing job so wonderful.
Okay. And you were stationed in Bangladesh?
I was stationed in San Francisco.
That's far away from Bangladesh.
Yeah. And I said, enough of American culture. Send me somewhere more exciting. And honestly, I chose India.
Really?
Swear to God, I chose India. And I wanted to go to...
Christopher Columbus chose India. Look where he went.
I wanted to go to Calcutta.
Oh.
And they said, we're sending you to Dhaka, Bangladesh. And I said, where is Dhaka, Bangladesh? And for the next 2.5 years, I lived in Bangladesh. I eat, I sleep, I laugh, and today I speak Bangladeshi.
And good time?
Khub bhalo.
How many
Excellent.
Peranakan people in Bangladesh?
0, no? Only one. Hey, John, no? Only me.
Yeah. All right. So here's the question we're trying to ask you. So why the segue then from a very successful career and you spent many years there, you're a station manager, pretty high up. Why would you then come back and do this? This, of course, came by accident, but why did you leave?
So I did not leave for the museum. I actually joined my father's business.
Oh.
Yes, it's a family business. I'm in the printing business.
Oh, wow.
I put stickers on buses, taxis, trains. Yeah. So I am a sticker man.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you come and do that stuff in India? We have these posters with lots of politicians all over. If you could put those stickers on those posters, it'll be great.
We'll ask Singapore Tourism Board for a budget and I'll be there.
I'm sorry to tell you, but the word budget is not there in Hindi. We don't have that word, so I can't even have this conversation. Can't you spend your own money? That's what we tell everybody who does business with us.
In Bangladesh, the answer will be Inshallah.
Yeah, God willing. All right. So coming back to the transition, you went into the business.
Yeah. So I was my dad needed me to join the business, or I was inclined to join the family business, and so when I resigned and I continued my passion and see what it has brought me. After 21 years, never did I realize I have somebody as wonderful as you sitting in my front.
I am the most famous Indian since a guy called Chandragupta the First, who conquered various parts of Asia. So after that, they take my name in the history books. Okay.
Not bad.
Okay, all right. I don't have to understand what you're saying to know that it's disrespectful. That's fine. Give us a little idea about how you tour the house. What are the things we can get to see?
So a visit like this will start from the front hall. We're going to go around the house. We're going to go upstairs. And then we're going to end with some lovely traditional Peranakan sweets.
Sweets?
Of course.
Oh. When you say sweets, do you mean like Priyanka, Pooja, Neha, Shweta, those kind of sweets? Or what kind of sweets are these?
Inshallah.
Wow, you got an answer for everything with your cross-cultural powers. Okay, at some point he's going to perform. You're also a pretty good singer, I heard, and pianist.
I'll try.
You are?
I try.
Okay, so he's just being modest. You better be, because I got no talent on the show.
All I can say is, Baba Cyrus, magic happens at Intan.
Magic happens at Intan. Hey, do we get, when we do the tour, do we get food and drink?
Of course.
Really?
Of course.
What do we get?
Yeah. Wait lah, you see lah.
Well, we'll find out. We will
no kanchong. Don't kanchong in
Singaporean. Teach me.
So kanchong means don't hurry. Don't.
Chill.
Yeah, chill.
Kanchong!
No, you don't say kanchong. No. Don't kanchong.
Oh, sorry. Don't kanchong.
You cannot, don't kanchong. Kanchong doesn't mean
You're
chill.
kanchonging me. I can't understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll teach you, don't worry lah.
Don't kanchong.
Don't kanchong.
It's like chill, man. Relax.
So for example, if you are super excited, you damn kanchong eh. Walao. Don't kanchong ah.
Don't kanchong ah.
Yeah.
Better?
Not bad lah.
Not bad lah. That sounds Italian now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very much Italian.
Parlo italiano so. Perché?
Perché? I'm sorry. Hybrid cultures, this is what happens sometimes, right? We borrow from everything. Okay, so no kachong. Stay where you are.
Yeah, very good.
Good?
Don't kanchong, guys. Stay where you are.
Stay where you are.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
30 minutes, we're just doing expressions. This has been the best episode ever. Welcome to Singapore. All right, now let's get back to the brass tacks of questions that we have not asked. And here they are. When exactly did you start collecting the unique treasures? You did mention by accident you picked up things trying to find your own identity. But at what age was that exactly?
Probably at the age of 17 or 18 when I had my first driving license. And I took my dad's car and I went out what we call garage hunting. I'm not sure you have that in India.
Garage hunting where they sell things?
Yeah lah. Then we go to people's house. They have things to sell or to get rid of. And then I found on the newspapers there was an ad and I went and I found something and
We do that in India. We kept two of my old uncles inside a garage and offered a very special rate and they were so good really. Somebody took them. But so you again accidentally just picked up stuff because you were just looking at it and you brought it home. Yeah.
So I ran around looking for things that I could learn.
What was the first thing?
Oh, is this interestingly, it's very Indian.
What is it?
It's a planter's chair.
Oh, it's there somewhere?
Of course,
you'll show it to us at some point.
But it's upstairs, which is secret.
Oh, but can we see a photograph at least? How do we know you're telling the truth? Huh?
Yeah. This is what happens when you have an Indian tourist. They are able to squeeze you for everything. I love it.
No, but I
love it.
Alvin, it's a lovely memory.
God, yeah.
Isn't there some nostalgia? I mean, now that you're a successful business, plus you're more than a business because you're promoting a culture, which is a totally different deal. And your first thing happens to have an Indian connect. And then years later, somebody from India comes an Indian crew and we shoot you.
I know.
For the same thing. So there's a karmic circle.
When we say you shoot you, there's a lot of different meanings.
We're land of Gandhi. We're land of peace. No fighting, no violence. No violence from us. Yeah. All we do is collect more people in your country till you leave. That's our violence. So be careful. There'll be no Peranakan left if you don't watch out. No, na kachong.
Don't kanchong.
Na kachong is okay,
What
right?
nakachong?
Na means no. In all language. You say
lah.
na kachong.
You happy can already lah.
Okay, don't kachong. Schoolmaster Alvin. Okay, doing it, man.
Nakachong ah.
Yeah. Okay, so coming back to that was the first thing.
Yeah, it's a planter's chair.
Yeah, what is a planter's chair? I don't really know, but
You Indian know.
putting me under so much pressure. What is a planter's chair?
Planter's chair.
You're Googling it?
I show you lah. It's here. Okay.
This is a show where you stop to Google. Yeah, that's right. Go
no,
and
I'm
pee.
not Googling.
If you want to pee, go and pee and then come back.
Wait
till he finds
lah.
the planter's chair.
No kanchong.
Ah.
Okay, I show you what's a planter's chair. Then you tell me.
Kanchong!
Okay, uncle.
Huh.
By the way, we call everybody uncle in Singapore.
Really? Even the girls?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there!
Thank you.
We don't. Who says
Thank
planter's
you.
chair?
Then what is it?
We say.
Then say.
Dada ka chair hai. Grandfather's chair.
Same, no?
But planter, I didn't
you
understand.
plant your grandfather.
I will show you a picture of that because it'll take time. I don't know whether we can. Let's try our best. Yeah, it is one of those chairs where you put the thing out and the legs spread and all that. Yeah.
This sounds very nice.
Yeah,
it
sounded. Nah, don't catch on. You
kanchong, let's say everything drop already.
I can't bend now. It's not worth it here. So what's the point? There's nothing great in that. Everything great is here in you. You represent a whole culture. The revival, the renaissance of an entire culture in one man's hands by accident. He didn't even plan it. Next thing you know, it's all over here. And we noticed that you have all these young interns who've come in here. Yes. What job do they do? Are they going to learn to be guides or what?
I've got no idea.
They're just runaways who want.
So some of the work we do is with the Ministry of Education, with the schools, right? So every year we support some of these kids who want to learn about culture, and maybe one day they can become our minister for culture and heritage. One day they become a museum curator.
But
you never know.
Do they have Peranakan roots? Are they also or not? No.
All they have is an interest in culture and heritage.
Okay.
And that's where we see them in.
So we can leave 2 or 3 of our guys behind to help as well.
Why not?
You know, our typical tourism thing is we buy the ticket going only.
Yes.
And then, as you say, inshallah, we'll see what happens.
He's learning very fast.
Okay. So tell us some nice anecdotes from this place, that various people's reactions and things like that.
Well, when visitors come in like you, I guess the first thing they wonder is this a home?
It is.
Is it a museum? Is it a temple?
And why is shoes outside?
Huh?
Why do the shoes have to go out? It's
where do you put your shoes?
It's like a mandir, a temple. So in Indian culture, in a mandir, in a place of work.
Wait. Bandhu. So in your home, Bandhu means friend.
Okay, Bandhu.
Yeah. Friend. So in India, when you go somebody's home,
right?
Do you wear your footwear?
Yeah, but that's India. This is now this culture.
So you wear shoes outside lah.
But
that's a culture here.
The rest of Singapore doesn't do that.
Of course they do.
So if I go to the home in the city proper, I have to take my shoes off.
Yes.
Anything else? So that's it.
Unless you got Angmo home, you know Angmo.
What's that?
Angmo means European. Angmo is how we address foreigners, Western foreigners.
Right.
So Angmos, maybe they like to have their shoes in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, but now they're in Singapore, I think most people take off their shoes.
Okay, so we learned a new thing here that you have to take off your shoes when you enter the house, whatever happens.
Yeah, it's very, very good to wear shoes and slippers, footwear in the home.
All right. Socks are allowed. I didn't take my socks off.
That's okay lah.
That's okay, right? Okay. Nah, don't nachong.
Don't kanchong.
Kanchong.
Thank you.
If I was younger, I picked it up fast. At this age, it's very difficult. All right. So coming back to any incidents, so how have people reacted?
Yeah, so people are wondering whether is it a home, is it a museum? So I always give them some time to settle down. And then they ask strange questions, They ask questions like, how do you clean your house?
Good question.
And my answer
So how do you?
The easiest answer is, are you
available?
So you ask me.
How do you clean your house?
Are you free tomorrow? We have a volunteer program.
Oh, nice. Well played. Yes. But I'll tell you one thing, it's extremely clean.
Thank you.
That's the first thing I noticed because we were discussing outside. The bitching had started because you made us wait half an hour. And while we were talking, we were saying that, it's really like, how does he look after this place? And I'm sure it's not, that clean, but they had already done a recce and they said it was sparkling clean.
You know how?
How?
That's how your slippers are outside lah.
Plenty smart. Picking up all this. Okay, done.
Now you know why we put your footwear outside?
Yeah.
Keep the house clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And the walls as well, where you don't use your footwear, but still, fabulous. Excellent stuff. Has anyone tried to take anything?
Not that I know of.
Huh?
No, but to be fair, somebody did take something.
What?
It was a hand cream for my restroom.
Why?
How I know?
Did you catch the guy?
Singaporean,
I can't believe it. I was betting on one of my people or some of my neighbors. What the hell's going on with the world?
Later, please check the restroom. I have body.
I have gone twice. And my crew will go now as well. So Alvin, it's time before we wrap up to promise them something we promised them in the beginning, which is you're a performer as well.
Thank you. But before we do that, Cyrus, I have One request from you.
I have no money, Alvin.
That I know.
Ah, good. Go ahead.
What is the one thing you would like to know either about the museum or me as a museum owner? One thing, please, you are Indian.
One, as an Indian, can I pay in cash? And secondly, do I get a receipt?
Okay. To answer your question, and not just because you're Indian, as long as you pay, it's okay. I don't care what you pay cash.
Money has no color.
No problem. Yeah. And yes, of course, you get a receipt.
Get a receipt as well. So, are we allowed to ask what the charges are for a quick tour?
Yes. So, if you go online, you'll see we have different experiences from tea to lunch and dinner experiences. They start at about 60 Singapore dollars all the way to, it depends what you want to.
Okay, so tea is less and lunch will be more.
Of course,
that kind of thing. Yeah. Is there a dinner?
Of course.
Oh, wow.
You must remember, no, Cyrus? Baba Cyrus.
Baba
Cyrus, right? The Intan is a one-man show. I'm the host, I'm the collector, I'm the cleaner, I'm the entertainer. So,
accountant.
Show, everything, no? Yeah. So if I say okay, means okay. So if you arrive in Singapore early and your hotel is not ready for you, come for breakfast.
Oh, great idea.
If you are here, you're so
that
busy
always happens.
Exploring all the wonderful attractions in Singapore, on the way back, come here for supper.
Wow. Yeah.
We are always open.
Okay. We have to wind up getting behavior which is not mentionable to young children, the way this man is jumping up and down and screaming and shouting. But I have a line for you. How about the interns at Intan? Because you've got these interns.
Nice.
Not intern
bad.
at Intan.
Not bad. Not bad.
I will put some Hindi music in the background. We'll have some of our instruments going. Intern, you sing. Intern at Intan. You like it? Opening a whole new market for you with my talent.
Thank you.
Speaking of talent, as we say bye, and by the way, guys, he's been very sporting. It's a wonderful place. Please come and check it out. You can see what a gracious man he is, and he's full of positive energy. You'll have a great time. And I like the whole morning plug because very often the hotel booking timings are different. So why waste time? Come here, and a couple of hours spent here will be time well spent.
Because Singapore Airlines, and this is the truth, Singapore Airlines, the flights from India to Singapore arrives at
9-ish.
They come at about 6 plus, 7 o'clock, because
between 7 and 9,
it allows you to connect to Europe and to Australia and America, and that's why that's the perfect time to visit.
You know your market. I'm thinking there is 10% Indian blood minimum. I'm very impressed with the business sense.
20%.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to get into that. And Bengali for sure.
Thank you.
Because you speak the language. So we're going to end with a song. So what are you going to play for us?
What are you going to sing?
I know this. I wrote this song.
English song, English song, please.
English song. Happy birthday.
Ayo, please lah.
You don't like Happy Birthday?
Come.
Great
So
song.
we're going over to the piano. This is one of my favorite Peranakan songs. Actually, it's an Indonesian song. And it's about a old cockatoo. And I'm going to teach you the song. There'll be a verse that I'll sing, and the chorus, all you need to do is ooh la la.
I can do ooh la la.
Can you do ooh la la?
I'll practice right now.
Try
Ooh la
la.
la, ooh la la.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh la la.
Okay. Burung kakak tua hingga dijelidah, nenek sudah tua, giginya tinggal 2. You ready? Letrum, 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 ooh la la. Letrum, 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 ooh la la. Letrum, 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 ooh la la. Burung kakak tua. You ready?
Ready. Dom ding dong ding dong dong bing bong bong chang chua. Ulam nasi lam gon di boom bak dam chua. Di lora mon ding ding tua rian dom vanta. Won yam wom yam mom yam.
Letrum, 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 ooh la la. Letrum, 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 ooh la la. Letrum, 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 ooh la la. Burung kakak tua.
Woo! That's great, yaar. Print it.
Well done.
Well done.